Hi, I'm Sanjana and today I'm going to be doing some sewing again after quite a long break. This is the pattern I'm going to use. It's the Florence Palazzo suit. I'm going to be making the jacket at least and the trousers depending on how much material I have. Here's the material. So this is actually my very first time using a pattern. I've only ever used YouTube tutorials, so I'm hoping this will be quite easy because it's instructions. So for this pattern I need 2 front left pieces and 2 front right pieces. I need 1 back piece and I'm going to be sewing in darts so that it's fitted to the body. I'm going to need 2 collar pieces with 1 interfacing piece and also 2 sleeve pieces. I'm trying to make a wraparound sort of design that has slightly larger sleeves, so I'm going to incorporate that when I cut out the sleeves. So I'm going to sew the 2 front pieces, the right front piece and the left front piece, to the back piece at the shoulder seams, and I'm also going to hem the bottom back piece. Once I've done that, I'm going to do the collar separately with the interfacing and sandwich it in between the front pieces, so the inner pieces and the outer pieces. So I hope that makes sense. It's sort of like the facing and the lining. So I'm going to put the 2 front pieces on top and then all right sides together and sew along the green line. And then all that's really left is to sew the sides together and then attach the sleeves.
With my best friends, we start to plan what we will do. Now life's back in color and everything's feeling brand new. Well, I read that the French always say what's on their mind, leaving lipstick stains on tall glasses of wine. Practically invented being nonchalant for fun. Just like afternoon croissants, strolling over bridges that were built in Renaissance. Isn't that what every romance loving 20-something woman wants? Midnight in Paris, I've always heard there's magic in the air as you're watching people dance by sand. Midnight in Paris, oh what a feeling. Steps on cobblestones, thinking this must be La Vie en Rose. Maybe I'll get a place that's right across the Notre Dame. The roof will be leaking, but I'll be as happy as they come. Well, I read that the French always say what's on their mind, leaving music stains on the canvases.
This is Hilly. Welcome, Hilly. We've got the darts. We've got 2 bottom darts, which are going all the way up to this point. We've got 2 top darts. Hilly is not my size, so this doesn't fit her very well. So far, it looks like it is a good fit. Then I also made sure I ironed each of the seams, so I'm really following the instructions properly for once. It is actually very difficult, even with proper pattern and everything, following the instructions. I came across loads of issues, mainly with not being able to read the instructions. We have a forming jacket, so you can see the panels here, and it's looking good so far. I've just sewn the 2 top, so this is 1 front piece left, 1 right front piece, 1 back piece. I have another 2 front pieces which will come on as like a facing, so it's thicker, and then this will look much better. The next part is going to be doing the collar. But yeah, so far it's looking so cute. I love the material. It's really good quality and it looks very nice. If you look closely, you can see that it's slightly got green bits right there and blue bits this way, which is really pretty. But yeah. The next step is the collar. And for the collar, what I need to do is I need to interface the lining piece of the collar. So I cut out two pieces. I cut out the outer piece and the lining piece. I need to interface the lining piece so that it will stay up, stay upright, and that it'll look more professional. And it sort of gives that strength to the collar to make it look like a collar. Unfortunately, I don't have any interfacing and I also don't know how to use it, and I want to finish this jacket today. So I looked online and essentially it said that I can use cotton or muslin as the interfacing, and I need to find a way to somehow fuse it together. I looked through my stash and I found this brown cotton fabric that I used a long time ago. It's from a curtain, but I think it will work perfectly and I have just enough. So what I'm going to do to fuse the lining and the interfacing together, is I'm going to cut out the interfacing, so the cotton panel, slightly smaller all the way around the border than the lining. And then I'm going to sew it to the lining with the longest stitch length, so that, and I'm also going to make sure I really iron it down so that it's really compact. I'm going to basically have a go with it to see if it works with this cotton curtain, but I guess we'll see. Why? Why are you making that noise? Sewing it all together was probably the longest part of this entire thing. There was just a lot of fabric that was sandwiched in between the lining fabric and the outer fabric, so it took the most amount of time. But all that was left to do was the sleeves, and this was fairly simple. I put the two fabrics right sides together and sewed it down with a straight stitch. And I finished off all of the loose ends with a zigzag stitch. I have had so much fun just sewing it all together, cutting up all the pieces, everything. Everything was such a fun time. I really recommend this pattern to anybody who's self-taught and wants to get better at sewing. I think it's such a good pattern to follow for your first time, and I think the jacket ended up turning out really, really good. So I really hope you enjoyed this video and that you like this jacket, and stay tuned for more.
I got my head out the sunroof, I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. You got those pretty eyes in your head, you know it. You got me dancing in my bed, so let me show it. You are exactly what I want, kinda cool and kinda nice.